What is going on, legendary human? Ryan Magic here, and in this video, I'm gonna share my SMASHED acronym. I'm gonna tell you why you need to get smashed in order to have ultimate health, freakish energy, to be a top performer so that you can go out there and crush whatever you want in life. Now, before we get into the video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, click that button. Come on this journey with me. Let's do it together, and you'll be in tune for future growth videos, so you can keep yourself accountable to this journey of personal development, living your best life. Yes, let's do it. All right. Now, before I actually start talking about these principles behind health that are just super potent, I wish I knew this stuff 5 years ago. I'm just gonna do a little rant here, a little Ryan rant. Your health there is nothing more important than your health, in my opinion. There is nothing. It determines two things: how well you can approach your life, the effectiveness of your life, because if you're, let me just hit this point first. Health is energy. Energy meaning, like, do you have energy or not? Like, are you energized? Deepak Chopra, who's a doctor, most of you guys would have heard of Deepak Chopra. He's like a famous spiritual personal development leader around the world, and he has been for many, many, many years. He essentially says health is energy. It's like, if you're really healthy, if you're really energized, it means you're really healthy. If you're lacking a lot of energy, you're quite unhealthy. And it's just such a great litmus test. I'd never heard of health before. I was like, oh, what's my heart rate? What's my body look like? I just thought of all these different factors, and it just seemed like this huge equation that I didn't know much about. But when that was said, I was just like, that makes so much sense. If I've got energy, I'm healthy. If I don't, I'm not. And I actually went through adrenal fatigue a few years ago because I struggled so much with my health, and my energy burnt out. I was incredibly unhealthy. And my performance went down the toilet, absolutely down the toilet. So let's go into these principles. Now, what I'm about to share with you, I just want you to understand, with every single cell in my being, this will change your freaking life if you take this seriously. Now, if we look at energy being health, what's the opposite of that? Being tired. Like, if you're energized, what's the opposite of being energized? Being tired. Now, when you're tired, how productive are you? You suck. You get nothing done. When you're tired, what also happens is it's easy to make poor decisions in your relationship. You get grouchy, you have arguments. When it comes to your business, you can't think clearly. When it comes to your life, you start doing short-term gratification activities, which makes your health even worse, which makes you even more tired, which makes it easier to make poor decisions. And it's just either a spiral down or a spiral up. Let's just make sure we hit this point. It's either spiraling up and getting better, or it's spiraling down and getting worse. You can either be one or the other. So you're either spiraling up or down. Because the healthier you get, the easier it is to make healthy decisions. The more energized you are, the easier it is to make healthy decisions. The more healthy decisions you make, the more energized you are. If you have like an absolute bender and it stuffs up your energy, you're super tired and hungover the next day, what do you want? Anything in that time. You like do all the short-term gratification stuff. You just be scrolling on social media, on TV, having short-term hits of caffeine. Like, it's just going to spiral you down, because then you've got even worse health, lower energy. You make even poorer decisions, your energy gets worse, and new habits get formed. So just get this. Your health's either getting better or worse. You're either going to, and exponentially, because the more healthy you are. This is why, like, the richer someone is, the more money the easier it is for them to make money. When someone's really poor, it's harder for them to make money because they don't have resources to be able to make money with and get educated and outsource their time. Well, when someone's really rich, it's easier for them to make money. When someone's really healthy, it's easier for them to make healthy decisions because their mind's super sharp. They've got energy to be able to work for longer. If they have to work for longer, it's easier to go to the gym later if they skipped it earlier in the day. I mean, it just gets easier and easier and easier. So, health is energy. This is about having freakish energy so you can dominate life and feel good. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you prefer to be on a dream tropical island with your dream partner having the worst hour argument that you've ever had? Or would you prefer to be in a trash heap somewhere, having the most magic moment in the rain with your dream partner. Now, most people would say I'd prefer to be having the most amazing magic moment in a trash heap for an hour than just get teleported to a tropic island to be in the worst, most suffering hell, essentially, and being in this situation, having an argument with your dream partner in paradise. It doesn't matter if you're in paradise. It doesn't matter what's logically happening in your life. It's the degree to which you experience it. I'd prefer to be doing some mundane activity like doing the dishes, but feeling really energized and awesome, versus like doing like some business project that I'm excited about, but being lethargic and tired and feeling stressed and having a headache. I don't know, what would you prefer? Okay, well, I hate being in a headache. It just screws everything up. If I'm feeling energized and I'm doing something basic, I prefer to do that. So not only does energy allow you to do what you want to do, but it determines the quality of your life. You're either feeling really vitalized and awesome or low energy and shit. I'm talking passionately about this because I struggled with it for so many years, and I had the external material things that I couldn't enjoy because I wasn't feeling good. I was burnt out. Screwed me big time for a few years there, and I've gotten to the point using these principles where I went from my adrenal fatigue report, pretty much having all my adrenals, my nervous system reporting back, dead, which is just really bad. Permanent damage are being created according to my last naturopath. Then I did my results. I got them back last week, and it was one of the best test results that my gut health expert had ever seen in terms of the adrenals following these principles. So anyway, I went on that rant because I care about you. I care about you living an awesome life, and I know how important this is. But it's easy to sweep under the rug when we get tantalized with materialism, and this is actually going to help your material wealth because it's easy to do things and crush it financially when you're feeling energized. You can work for longer, you can be sharper, make better decisions. It just makes life way easier. You become freakish. Let's just stick with that. All right, let's go through this acronym. So we're going to I'm just going to write them all out right now. It's time for you to get smashed, baby. Absolutely trashed. No, not really smashed, but this is the way that it's going to work. So I'm going to share all the principles. I'm going to go through one by one, and I'm going to tell you how to nail these principles. Just a few key hacks for each one so that you can just dominate. And it's not really hacks. It's just the right strategy to nail each principle, okay? So first and foremost, sleep. Hacks. How do you nail your sleep? I'm going to make these very clear. There is nothing that you can hack a gap in any one of these by replacing it with another hack. You can't be like, all right, I'm going to have some supplement and it's going to improve my life more than actually fixing the problem of good quality sleep. You can't work around missing these things. These are just the most important, potent basics. Most people just don't know how to do them well. So sleep, this is what you need to do. You need to have 8 hours. This is not language correctly, but I'll explain it. Before 10 p.m., meaning go to sleep before 10 p.m. and have at least 8 hours sleep. Now there's a lot more to it. In fact, I'll link you to another sleep video where I really go through a bunch of sleep hacks. I'm way into my sleep patterns and whatnot. I measure it all with this Oura ring. But I'm going to go through and talk about how to optimize your sleep in another video. So you guys check that out. But 8 hours before 10 p.m. That's just the basics. You cannot hack yourself out of sleep, okay? The second one is meditation. Right? Now, when it comes to meditation is interpreted differently. Reading is my form of meditation. That's a form of mindfulness. Mindfulness and meditation are two completely different things. Going for a walk in nature is beautiful. I do it. I preach about it all the time. It's a really beautiful thing. Cold water therapy, beautiful. Going for a surf, beautiful, but it's not meditation. I'm talking meditation here. So this is the keys to it. 2 times a day, practicing a being technique. Don't know what that is? Go check out the video that I have explaining what a being technique is versus other things like, for example, doing a guided meditation. That's usually a connection technique, connecting into your heart, having more of a visceral experience of presence with your body. It's kind of like a mindfulness technique. A being technique is a very specific transcendence technique, and I'll explain more of it, but it's the most potent form of rest, okay? Because you're essentially transcending your conscious mind and you're in a deep state of rest with your body and mind. It's really cool. So 2 times being technique a day. They usually go, like, it's recommended to do 22 minutes twice a day. So it's 44 minutes is best case. But I want to just suggest to you, any form of meditation to begin with is going to be better than nothing. You go 1 minute once a day, 1,000,000 times better than nothing, okay? So start somewhere that's appropriate for where you're at, but that's important. Now we're talking health here, right? But the next point might confuse you a little bit. Aligned. Being aligned. Now remember, I'm saying you can't out-hack meditation. You can't out-hack it. You can't have some like mushroom supplement, or which I have, or cold water therapy, showers, which I have. They're never going to make up for me not meditating. Never. It's never going to make up with me having a bad night's sleep. These are key fundamentals, and I'm just making these so obvious for what's important to focus on, so that we don't try to hack things in the wrong way and we just deal with the source that's going to have you freakishly energized, super healthy. All right? Now, alignment's an interesting one. You're like, alignment? What the hell are you talking about? It's not like postural alignment, although that's, again, it's an important factor, but it's not important enough to make the top 7 or whatever this is. 2, 3, yep, 7. Alignment. Now, alignment in these categories. We've got friends, family, partner or relationship, environment, and vocation. Friends, family, partner, environment, and vocation. Now, how do you know which one of these is important? Any one of these that's a problem, and you've got a misalignment, meaning you don't like your job, you hate your job. If you hate your job and you're therefore spending 8 to 10 hours a day disliking, in stress, stress is one of the biggest causes of health issues. Because what happens is when you get stressed, you switch from your parasympathetic nervous system, which is also known as rest and digest, into your sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight. Now, your sympathetic nervous system, it increases your heart rate, but it blocks your digestion. It blocks certain functions in the body because it prioritizes what you need to do to move and perform. Now, there's nothing wrong with the parasympathetic nervous system because it's one of the 2 main nervous systems of your nervous system. It's important, but if you're in it all the time because you're overstressed, because you're doing things that are misaligned, like let's say you're in a house where you have, like, let's say friends / environment here, and you've got housemates that cause you a massive amount of stress, your body is like shooting all these endorphins through that are telling you to be stressed because there's danger. And what happens is it then blocks off the functioning of other parts of your of your other systems in your body, like your healing systems, like your reproductive system, your what's it called before you get sick? Help me out here, James. What do we got here? The system, body, like your oxygenation, heart system, cardiovascular system, the systems that are used to digestive system, but the one that I'm thinking of, I can't think of, but immune system. There we go. So it's pretty important for your immune system to be healthy for you to function well. If you're in the parasympathetic nervous system because you're misaligned in your relationship and you're constantly arguing and stressed, you can't make up for that with, like, you can't, to be honest with you, I'm going to asterisk this. I think this is arguably more important than sleep. I reckon if you got a couple of hours less sleep and you fix this, you'd actually be healthier. You'd have more energy. Because this is kind of like creating toxicity in your bloodstream, in your nervous system from overstress. It's blocking the functioning of vital systems like your immune system, your digestive system, etc., which need to function healthy and to be functioning, or at least, like, if you've only got a certain amount of resources that can be put to the system. And it's just like, when you're in your parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest, you got more oxygen flowing through, you can use your resources. When it's like, when you've cut off from that, when you're in the parasympathetic nervous system, there's enough resources to go to all the different important systems. When you're hardcore stressed, it goes, okay, immune system offline, digestive system offline, like oxygenating system offline, cardiovascular system offline. And so it's like, that's just examples, not going deep into the science here, but you need these to be functioning to be healthy. And so it's depleting your body because it's not actually regulating the different systems that need to be regulated. Bottom line is, I want you to ask yourself right now, if you're finding this video valuable, hit the like button. It helps the algorithm on YouTube, and I always appreciate that. But if you've got a friend circle that's causing you stress, you don't feel safe and seen and uplifted by, and you're catching up and there's bickering going on and toxicity, man, you got to get some alignment going on there. But my question to you is, where's the biggest form of misalignment? Because maybe it's like, yeah, my family situation's all right. But the family one I just want to quickly speak to, you don't then just like exile your family. Like, let's say, similar to me when I started in business, my family didn't support it. I didn't just say, screw you guys, I'm never speaking to you again, but I did take a break. I did put myself around different people. They say friends of the family you choose that would support me. So I was less stressed and having arguments. You shouldn't do this and you can't do that. And why are you doing this? No, that was misalignment in that time. Partnership. There is nothing you can do more for your health. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to exercise every day and that's going to solve the arguments I'm having regularly with my relationship because it's so toxic and it's not the right one. And I know that, but I don't have the courage to make a new decision and exit that relationship. There's nothing that you can do. And this is why I'm coming in with some big topics, and I understand how tough it can be to like the inner conflict behind passion and safety with a career, for example. I'm in this job, I don't like it, but I need to put food on the table. Man, that's a big inner conflict. I love this person and I want to be like, I don't want to be with them, but it's not right and I know it deep down. That's a damn big inner conflict. But I am here to point out that it is going to destroy your health over time if you don't change the misalignments and realign them, okay? So these are the 5 factors I want you to think about. Environment. You might be in a really low socioeconomic suburb where there's all these like conflict and you don't feel safe walking down the street, or you're in an area where you really want to be closer to nature, but it's like real hardcore city life and that doesn't work with you and it doesn't suit who you are. And this is a self-diagnosis here. I want you to determine where you feel most misaligned. Not for me to tell you, hey, you need to change your environment. It's not about me. I'm about aligning. Like, I know what's aligned for me. You know what's aligned for you. Jeez. You can just, what is misaligned here for you when you're looking at these 5 factors, okay? You choose, you identify, but just look at the biggest one. This is about the low-hanging fruit. All right, next one. All right, there's 2 ways that I could describe this, but I'm gonna go with stimulants. Stimulants. I also want to pre-frame, and this is no stimulants. Not no stimulants, but if there's an overindulging in stimulants, and I'm going to also sub that in for short-term gratification, you're going to have a problem. So what I'm going to say to avoid here, processed sugar, so it is pea sugar, Puff Daddy, pea sugar, processed sugar. I'm going to also say social media is a stimulant. I'm going to say substances, i.e. stop doing meth on the weekdays. I'm joking, but you guys get the gist. No smoking, etc. You've got caffeine. Don't know how to spell it, but you guys will get the gist, because I've never actually had a coffee in my life. And I'm also going to put in here, there's one more that I had. Oh, that's it. Drama. Drama is a stimulant. That could be bickering, gossip, reality TV, porn. These are like, this is big. Like, let's say, for example, you've got a porn addiction. If you've got a porn addiction, but you're having cold showers, the porn addiction's going to be doing a lot worse for your nervous system than what the cold showers are going to do to rebuild your nervous system up. It's not going to cancel out. You're not going to be able to outwork that. If you're bickering constantly with your friends and gossiping, or you're watching like super anxiety provoking TV and drama, you're not going to outwork that. If you've got a sugar or a caffeine addiction and you're having processed sugar every day, even if you're eating all your other meals healthy and you're exercising, even if you like whatever, it's like going on spiritual retreats every now and again, it's not going to outwork it. This is called the law of subtraction. The law of subtraction. It's like usually it's taking things away that are going to be more, there's things that you could take away and bad habits. When I say bad, not good for your longevity and energy, habits that you could take away that would be more beneficial than another. Again, I'm using supplements because there's an example of quick fixes. We get excited by this. Some breath work. I do pranayama breathing, but I'm not under the illusion that if I'm scrolling on social media, that it's going to then cancel out with some pranayama. It's not going to happen, okay? This is massive. And I'm just going to make the call that it's probably stimulants and misalignments that are going to be doing more damage than these other factors, which are also big. All right, let's go to the next one. Hydration. Massive deal. We're mainly made of water. Our bodies are mainly water. So there's two things here that you can do. 4 liters a day for men, 3 liters a day for women as a rough guide. I'm pretty sure it's 3.7 liters for men and 2.7 liters for women, but just 4 and 3 liters is good, close enough. It's probably, you're better off being slightly over than under. Then we have mineral water filter. Get a mineral water filter. Okay? It's just not going to go too much into why, just do it. Exercise. Exorcism. Exercise. Now, exercise is very convenient for this acronym because it's E, similar to the next one. Exercise starts with E. I would prefer movement. Movement would be a nicer word. But bottom line is, it's not a big deal at all, but I've written in green here. I'm very devastated about that because this is looking very nice with the blue over here. But this is what I'm going to say about this. Sweat with excitement. Excitement. Now what that means is daily sweat. Sex. That's right. Sex could be a great form of exercise if it excites you. If you hate running and it doesn't excite you in the least, you don't have to run. You can do something else. There's so many forms of movement. You could dance. Does dance excite you? Going to the gym might excite you. And the reason I wrote excitement is because usually I'd say like sweat in a way that you enjoy, which could be going for a jog, run, rowing, some form of sport's great because it also gives you that connection to other people, which is so good for your health as well. But the reason I said excitement is because I get excited about some things that may not be what I most love doing, but I know it's really good for me and I really want to lean into balancing out my body. Like for example, I'm doing yoga. I actually do really enjoy yoga, but I prefer running. But yoga is exciting me because I know the health benefits behind it at the moment. But I prefer from what would I enjoy more? I'd probably enjoy running more, but I'm choosing yoga because it's exciting me more at the moment. Okay? So excitement's a key. You don't have to do shit that you hate doing. If there's no pull to do it, choose something you love to do that you're going to want to rock up at. Dance classes, smash it out. Embodied dance, great. Like I said, sex is a form of exercise. Guys, get on it. So sweat with excitement. That's how you approach that really healthily. All right, this is a big one right here. Diet. Again, exorcism, exercise, The X, I haven't looked up what it means, but I know it's kind of got a bit of like a brutal meaning. Pretty sure it means to suffer or something like that. Diet, it's got die in it. Again, not my favorite word, but it's essentially saying get your nutrition right. Get your nutrition right. So let's go through the principles here. This is it. Custom, organic, whole foods. And I've got a book recommendation, which is How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy. Health's probably the area that I've done the least, formal qualifications in, but I've been the most fascinated and action taking with. So it's a bit of an interesting one with me, because if we get to like meditation, I'm a meditation teacher. I've meditated over 2,000 hours. I've done lots of formal things to do with this. Alignment, life coaching, I've done a ton of different certifications and whatnot. Exercise, but I live and breathe health, and I've experimented with a lot of things. So let me dissect this. This book is by Paul Chek. So just write that down. You got to order it, you got to read it. And you can even, if you Google this, there are some lectures at the moment online through the website Daily Motion. If you just type in the book name, you'll be able to find some lectures on this that are just summarize some of the key points of the book, but you want to read the whole book. Talks about things that you would never have thought about around health that are kind of get you out of the hype scene of health. Vegan, carnivore diet. It's like real, like custom, organic, whole foods. Custom, organic, whole foods. So custom means listen to your body. Listen to your body. Now, there are so many factors to good quality health. A big factor that determines your nutrition, good quality nutrition. A big factor is the alignment of what you're eating based on what your ancestral predisposition to food is. Meaning that like if you are a Eskimo, and that's like, and then you just like, your parents came from wherever Eskimos come from to America or Australia or something like that, and you're eating a vegetarian diet, but your whole body is used to functioning like biologically off mainly fish, like 80-90% of a fish diet, that's going to cause problems. So there's no one size fits all. Some people are used to their body and where they're from, their ancestors and their biochemistry is used to thriving more on a high vegetable diet, more high protein, like animal protein diet. And that's why it's a custom thing. And that's why you can go do biotests and custom, and there's actually a quiz in here that can help you with it in this book. But you can also just listen to the way that your body responds to certain things. I'm frustrated because I fucking love sugar, but my body hates sugar and it pisses me off because my body's fine with dairy. Doesn't matter. Gluten, I perform better without gluten. But I mean, my body hates sugar. Absolutely hates it. Irritates my psoriasis. I could get redness in my face. It's just a thing that I've had for a long time. It irritates it. It makes me feel anxious. My body doesn't cope well. Other people can have processed sugar in general is not a solid thing. It's probably one of the worst things you could possibly do for your health as a general objective rule, but some people can process it easier than others. Unfortunately, and it pisses me off, doesn't go well with me. So I pretty much don't have it, which is a shame because I do enjoy it. So I get like, I'll buy like chocolate that's 85% dark. And to me, because I don't have sugar very often now, it's just like, tastes so sweet and awesome. But if I was to smash Mars bars every day for the next year and I was to try 85% dark chocolate, it'd just be like I'm eating paper or like licking a salt cube or something. Bottom line is, understand that, get out of this intellectual, you tell me what to eat, what do I do? Listen to your own body. How do you feel before the concept? Because Your body can predict when your mind knows, hey, I'm about to eat this, it can feel some things during and after eating certain foods. Just start to see your diet as a research project for yourself. Take control over it. Custom. But 2 basic rules of thumb. Organic farming is more nutrient rich as a general rule of thumb. Biodynamic farming, I'm pretty sure, but just go back to the book because again, I'm the least formally qualified in this area, which is why I've said, hey, go check this person out who is the father of health over the last 30, 40 years in the world. He's amazing, this guy, and he's so objective. It's not like he's not an extremist, right? It's a real healthy, wholesome way of living. It is sick. So check that out. Organic, I'm not even going to go into it. Just have organic food because the soil's richer, there's more minerals and nutrients in there. That then gets put into the food, better. Whole foods essentially means don't have processed food because whole food is essentially the least broken down that it can possibly be. So if you're having more fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes and meat, I mean, they're all whole foods. When you're starting to have, like, pasta is not a whole food. It's been broken down and processed. So it's essentially having more whole foods because your body can easily digest it. Custom, organic, read this book. Okay, so if you found, like, I'm going to summarize this hard in a moment so it just lands. But before I do, if you found this video valuable, click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button so we can go on this journey of growth together. You can keep an eye out for my future videos, which I release all the freaking time because I'm obsessed with this game. Let's do it. So, summary here. Get smashed. Get smashed for your health. Absolutely get trashed. Go to the bar to have a bunch of alcohol, get a massive hangover. Jokes. Get smashed. It's an acronym of health. Health is energy, according to Deepak Chopra. The more energized you are, it means you're really healthy. If you're tired, it's the opposite of that. If you're tired, you can't perform. You also can't enjoy life because you don't have vitality. So let's get energized. It is a top priority to take your health seriously. Sleep 8 hours before 10 p.m. Circadian rhythm. It allows you an hour. This is the saying. It's not 100% accurate, but it's close. An hour of sleep before midnight is worth 2 hours after. There's like the first half of your sleep cycle is got a specific purpose and your second half does. If you don't have the first half, then you're gonna be in serious trouble. So 8 hours before 10 p.m. gets you in the circadian rhythm. It's natural. Smash it. This is basics. Meditation. Twice a day, practicing a being technique. That's the one giant mind being technique, TM or Vedic meditation, transcendental meditation. But again, go check out my other video for more on that. Alignment is massive. Stress is the biggest inhibitor to your energy. If you're stressed, again, you're too much in the parasympathetic nervous system, it's going to take away priority of resources away from your other main systems, like your digestive system or your immune system. That's going to cause health problems. So alignment with your friends, family, relationship, environment, and vocation, if there's a big discrepancy there where you're feeling super unaligned with your job because you hate it, that's going to be doing massive damage for your health. So fix the low-hanging fruit there up. Stimulants, avoiding sugar, social media, substances, caffeine, and drama. Drama, porn, TV shows, gossip, etc. This is massive, massive. And again, you can't outwork these things. You can't be like, you know what? I'm just going to hack my way with getting up early because it's healthy to get up early and I'm going to watch the sunrise. But I'm also got a sugar addiction. Not going to cut it. Anything on here can't be worked around. These are the basic fundamentals that if you nail, you're gonna have a very healthy, energized way of being. Hydration, 4 liters a day of water for men, or 3.7 to be exact, 3 liters for women. Get a mineral water filter. Exercise, sweat with excitement. Sweat in a way that, or don't just be like, don't see exercise as a chore, but find something that aligns and excites you for what you want with your body and what you want with your mind. Like, what do you enjoy doing? Sport? What do you enjoy? Do what you don't have to do it as a chore. And lastly, diet. Custom. It's going to be unique to you, your diet, based on your biology, where your ancestors are from, what they mainly consumed. Again, an Eskimo, 80 to 90% fish diet is not going to come and become a vegan and have a healthy, their body's not used to processing that. So figure out what works for you by listening to your gut. It's called intuitive eating as well, but really be perceptive to how things react in your body and see it as a long-term research project to figure out what works for you. Organic, so you have better quality soil, minerals, nutrients going from the soil to the plants, therefore to the animals as well. And whole foods, not processed foods. Check out the book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy by Paul Chek. That's it, baby. If you guys found this valuable, like the video and make sure you click subscribe to the channel. And I want to know, what do you think was missing from this? What do you think is like a really big priority for your health that you didn't see on this list? I'm curious to know. Chuck it in the comments. Namaste, love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.